Hey guys, I'm Mike Carey, the co-founder of Blockstreet and Pit Crew NFTs, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you how we were able to build a following for our NFT project starting from zero, which ultimately led us to selling out our collection when it launched. As you may know, most people are hoping to make money on the NFTs they buy. If a project doesn't have enough demand to sell out their mint, it's also likely that there won't be high demand for the collection on the secondary markets, which means that the collection will probably end up selling for below mint price. And that means that those who bought in at the mint won't be making any money when they go to resell their NFTs. So when NFT buyers are checking out a collection before it launches, what they're trying to do is trying to judge how much demand the project has and how likely that it is to sell out. And even if it sounds like the project is doing something awesome, most potential buyers will pass on it if they don't think the project is going to sell out. For example, if a project is planning to launch 10,000 NFTs, but they only have 500 Twitter followers, potential buyers see that and they think that there isn't enough demand to be able to sell out the project. So you run into this problem that's kind of like when you're trying to get your first job in an industry, but all the jobs require that you already have experience in the industry. Except the problem is that you can't get people interested in your project because there's not interest in your project. So what do? The fastest and most cost-effective way that I've found to solve this problem is using a two-step approach. The first step is to focus purely on getting the most Twitter followers and Discord users for the least amount of money. And you might think, well, duh, Mike, of course I want the most followers for the least amount of money. But not so fast. There's a trade-off. Most of the people that you'll be gaining as followers will be from lower income countries who most likely don't have the ability to purchase your NFTs. Now you might be saying, hold on, why would I want to waste my money on marketing to people who can't buy my NFTs? And here's the reason why. It's that the value they provide to the project is in their engagement and social proof. And for every follower that you pay to get in the US or UK, you can get 30 for the same price in countries like India and the Philippines and other developing countries. And they're real people, English speaking, who are actually interested in NFTs. So once we build up a few thousand Twitter followers and Discord members, we switch our focus to targeting buyers who have the income to be able to buy our NFTs, which I'll cover in a minute. But first, let me cover the two main ways we use to get maximum followers for minimum money. The first is using paid influencers. Now, when it comes to influencers, you don't want to use just anybody, even if they have a huge following. Currently, 99% of the world has not bought their first NFT yet. Many people still don't understand NFTs, or they think it's just overpriced monkey pictures and scams. Now, those people will get with us eventually, just like the internet naysayers in 1995. But right now, trying to market your NFTs to those people is a major uphill battle. You're going to have a much easier time if you focus on marketing your NFTs to people who already buy NFTs, or at least are interested in NFTs. So that pretty much just leaves you with having to use NFT influencers. Now, there are two main categories when it comes to NFT influencers. The first is those who either don't do promotions or they're very selective about which projects that they promote. These are the influencers that are very concerned with maintaining the trust that they've built up with their audience, and it's really tough to get a project like this on board. Now, of course, it would be great if you can get somebody like this to promote your project, but when you're a new, unheard of project...
Who? Star-Lord, man.
The chances are really low. So the second category of influencers, they should probably just be called promoters. Now, these are usually anonymous accounts, and you're going to have no problem getting them to promote your project as long as you pay their fee. The obvious problem here is that with these promoters, they don't have a high level of trust with their audience because they're always promoting new projects. And another problem with many of these promoter accounts is that most of the followers with some of them can be bots or inactive accounts. So what I like to do is to go through a few recent tweets from the influencer and look at the list of the people who are retweeting the post. Do they look like real accounts? Do they look like people who are into NFTs? How many of them have NFT profile pictures? What's their bio say? This kind of information gives me an indication of the quality of their engaged followers. Now, most of the time, you're going to find that it's not that great as far as an audience of people who are likely to buy your NFTs. However, with these type of accounts, you're also not paying Kim Kardashian prices. Often the cost of a promotion tweet might only be $100, and it's usually very negotiable. So if the NFTs you're selling will cost $100, you only need to find one buyer to break even on your promotion costs, right? And like I said, my main goal of working with these promoters wasn't to try to find future buyers mainly. It was to build up our following on Twitter and Discord so that later on when I marketed to more qualified buyers, they wouldn't just write off the project for having no followers and not having an audience. Now, the best way I've found to grow your initial following on Twitter and Discord at the same time is to have these promoters post an NFT giveaway. So for someone to enter the giveaway, they need to like and retweet the post, and that'll get you more reach on the post, which is the amount of people who see it. And then the second thing they need to do is follow on Twitter and join the Discord. So giveaways like this, depending on the influencer, could get us over 500 followers in a day. So giveaways are one way that we use to build up our Twitter and our Discord audience numbers. But the second method that we used, I like even better than using influencers, and that's using paid ads. We used Facebook and Instagram ads, which I found to be a lot more predictable and consistent than using influencers. As we all know, Facebook has an insane amount of data on their users. If you're somebody who's interested in NFTs, Facebook knows that. Now, recently, Facebook removed all interest targeting options relating to cryptocurrency, which does make things a little bit harder when you're getting started from scratch. Now, shameless plug, if you work with us to market and launch your NFT project, we already have a ton of data built up from targeting NFT buyers, and we can leverage that data and proven audiences to market to get your ad campaigns working quickly. But if you're starting on your own and starting with no data, here's what I'd recommend. First, make sure that your ad copy uses the word NFT. Facebook's algorithm is analyzing your ads and your landing page to try to understand what it is that you're marketing so that Facebook can serve your ads to the right people. So give the algorithm all the help that you can by making sure that it knows your ad is about NFTs. The second tip, target Gary Vaynerchuk as an interest. Usually works pretty well. Tip 3, use video ads to start getting data quickly. You can get a lot of views cheaply on videos, and then what you can do is create custom audiences of people who have watched at least 25 or 50 or 75% of your ad, and then you can create lookalike audiences based off those custom audiences, which is basically extrapolating that audience into a bigger group that you can target. Now, with targeting, you also get to choose which countries you want to target. For building up Discord members as cheaply as possible, we use worldwide targeting. So for this type of ad, our call to action would be an invite link to our Discord server. Now, we were able to get clicks on our ads for as little as 3 cents when running them worldwide. Now, not all clicks are going to convert into new Discord members, but still, it's a very cheap way to build up your numbers when you're first getting started. So once we had built up a few thousand members on Twitter and Discord, that's when we switched towards targeting countries and potential buyers who had higher incomes and were more likely to be able to afford our NFTs. So this would be countries like the US, UK, Canada, Australia, and there are many more you can target as well. But mainly what I'm looking for are countries that have pretty high incomes, pretty large population sizes, and are English speaking, or at least have a decent amount of English speakers. So these are methods that we were using to grow our audience, but as our mint date was approaching, I was worried that we still may not have a big enough audience built up yet to be able to sell out our NFT collection. And it was a valid concern because leading into our launch, we stumbled across a free traffic source that was responsible for selling 6 figures worth of our NFTs. And without that traffic, our project probably would not have been able to sell out. If you want to learn exactly what that traffic source was and how you can tap into it, watch this next video.